Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse with another weekly update from SBCA, Structural Building Components Association. First things first, Jennifer, happy work anniversary. It actually is today. 3 years ago, you decided to take the leap on SBCA, and I appreciate that. I hope everybody else does. She does a great job as our controller. And really, it's nice to celebrate those things. So she was one of the first ones that we hired. We kind of changed the management model. So thank you, Jennifer, and wish her a good day if you happen to talk to her today. And maybe that might not be a good thing. She might be collecting bills today. I don't know, but she's got her effective methods if you've ever talked to her. But she's a very unique person. Appreciate everything she does. And happy work anniversary there. So I'm currently at the NFC Steering Committee planning meeting. It's going to be cool to kind of talk about that, everything that NFC has going on, kind of the outlook for the next year. Had dinner with a lot of the folks last night, and that was fun and engaging. And it's always kind of nice to see those, relationships come together, especially in person at different events. So this is going to be a good one there. So hopefully we'll have some good things to report out of that for next week. But beyond that, some of the other things that framers are involved in, we are looking at BCSI and the different things that are going on there. And we've kind of pulled together a few different groups. We've got the framers involved, which they've long wanted to have a voice in BCSI. We also have a lot of the TPI TAC engineers. So the TPI member companies have a voice in it as well. And the SBCA ENT, the Engineering and Technology Committee, which is technically, a lot of tech as far as what we call for a lot of the different things that are going on engineering related for BCSI. So those three groups are kind of working through different things. Had a good conversation with Jay Jones about it yesterday, and just kind of how are we going to resolve some of the differences and kind of the consensus basis, working through all of that. But just really to kind of let everybody know that we're working on it and to look for more updates in kind of the next year. Some other things we're doing with BCSI is making it available electronically. That's something that we've been implementing here for a little bit, and just trying to get that to where it isn't just the booklet. And if you want to, kind of like you do with other codes, whether it's, I think you can access TPI1, the standard online, but also, kind of the upcodes approach or, a subscription base. So we're looking at how we're delivering that and really wanting to protect the content to make sure that it's not taken out of context, that it's not used inappropriately, and that SBCA, it does derive a fair amount of revenue from BCSI. So protecting it that way. But so people can subscribe, but they can do it, in a way that's quick and easy. Also a way to where you can store some notes if there's common sections. But the other thing we're doing with it too is adding section numbers. We've always had B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 11, but 6, type thing. But beyond that, like B 3.2.1, that you see in the building codes or even in the TPI1 standard too, where you can make actual references to hopefully increase that cross communication of like, this is what I'm talking about when I want the permanent bracing to be like this in this section, and not just referencing, a single chapter that could be several pages long that, you're just supposed to be responsible for all of it. So hopefully that makes the usability a little bit better and people are able to reference it. And ultimately we want structures to be braced and installed better as far as trusses go, and safer as well. So that's really where we're coming from with that. So pretty good update on that. We should be seeing something early next year, which we're not that far away from, to be honest, but it is one that we're working on. And, we still have a few things to work out, but it's one of the things staff is working on and doing a great job on it too. Another question, had some different things come about this week on some eased edge lumber, 1/4 inch eased edge. If you think of lumber, lumber is lumber, right? But it's a little bit more than that too. So, typical, planing of lumber, it's an 1/8 inch, but you think of 1/4 inch, it's a lot more rounded on the edges. And you think about trusses and how they come together and the plating of that. So be on the lookout for that. I think some mills might just be subbing it in, not knowing, and component manufacturers should be on the watch to know that it matters. So if you see it, if it's, one of those that you'd probably have to specify it if you wanted it. But if you're not wanting it, which, comes into question with how the plate and the tooth and all that different stuff. And we're going to put out kind of a memo on this as we get into next year on a lot of different QA and QC things. But it is one of those to just be watching for it, to know what's coming, what you are receiving. And, I don't know if you need to go to the lengths of specifying, typical normal, edges, which would be the 1/8 inch on your POs, but it is one of those things to be looking out for it. Especially, might talk to your QC people if they don't see this, but ask them about it if they're seeing it, sawyers as well, and kind of just know what's going on with that kind of stuff. So beyond that, a lot of good work. We approved our budget last week, so which that kind of kicks off a lot of different things that we do for coming up in the next year. So we're working hard on that. It's a great job. We did have our staff meeting last week. It was great to see everybody kind of get together that way to celebrate the end of the year, get some things done as far as our all staff, and then have some fun as well. But with that, I need to go get to that NSC meeting. So I will talk to you all later. Till next week, peaks up, press on, have a great week, and we will talk to you then.